All right, let's jump right into reading lesson 4. We're going to review some definitions. So encircle means to circle around something. A project is something that is planned and carried out for a special reason. You do it for a special reason. Thud is a dull sound. Okay? All right. Today you have oral reading, so you're going to read your story to your mom or an older sibling. This is the second part, Quarrel at the Ritter Place. All right, so you can go ahead with your story and your lesson. And part D, you get to read a poem called The Quarrel. And I'm actually going to read it for you first, and then you're going to have to read it later. You're going to have to read it later and get some answers from it. But let's read it and talk about it for a little bit. So it's on page 348. It's called The Quarrel. I quarreled with my brother. I don't know what about. One thing led to another, and somehow we fell out. The start of it was slight. The end of it was strong. He said he was right. I knew he was wrong. We hated one another. The afternoon turned black. Then suddenly my brother thumped me on the back and said, "Oh, come along. We can't go on all night." I was in the wrong, so he was in the right. By Eleanor Farjian. So, we can learn a couple of things from this poem. First of all, it wasn't that important, probably, of a quarrel, because the second line says, I don't know what it was about, right? They already quarreled so long that they forgot what they were quarreling about. So one thing kept going to another. It seemed like they kind of had an awful day because the afternoon turned black and it was going into the evening. So they didn't like each other. They said they hated each other. Then the brother, in the end, he says, all right, we can't go on along. I was wrong. We can't go on all night with this quarrel. I was wrong. He just gave up. He's like, I was wrong. I'm sorry. And the last line says, so he was in the right. The brother just said that he was wrong, but he was right because he did the right thing saying that he was wrong, right? The first one to stop it. So it is possible for somebody to be right and to be wrong at the same time. He did the right thing even though he did the wrong thing by quarreling. Okay, so that's about the poem. And you can go ahead and do your lesson, enjoy your day, and have a fantastic Tuesday.